Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have swatches for you from the Winter 2022 collection from the brand Zoya. So instead of a one full 6-piece collection, we have two trios. We have the Hypnotic trio, which is a darker, kind of more vampy trio, and then we have the Y2K trio, which is kind of brighter colors. I love that they split it into two collections so they could do two totally different feelings in one release. However, not one of these actually screams holiday to me. I understand it's a winter collection, not a holiday collection, but I was really I haven't heard anything about an actual holiday collection from Zoya just yet. But this is what we have to work with. We have 6 polishes in total. So in the description box, I'll link the Zoya site, I'll link their Instagram page, and then I'll link my Instagram page where you can see more swatches of everything from today's video. Like I said, 6 polishes, and let's go ahead and get started. So starting with the Hypnotic trio, up first here we have Metora, and this is described as a deep boysenberry jam color with a shimmering metallic finish, reminiscent of a full-bodied red wine. So here's our first coat of Metora. I'm going to address this now since I believe I have time. I am trying to transition back into this 4-nail swatch look. Let me know if that's something you're interested in. It is a significantly longer video, and it does take a significantly longer time to edit. So if you don't love it, let me know. And if you do love it, I will definitely try to incorporate it more often. Okay, on to the polish. This is a beautiful polish, a beautiful formula, pretty opaque here on this first coat. I did get full opacity in 2 coats. The shimmer that's in here stands out absolutely beautifully. I do prefer the Hypnotic trio to the Y2K trio. I'm just in the mood for the more vampy looks, and all of these are stunning. I do recommend going in for top coat. It is going to dry relatively glossy all on its own, but a top coat will definitely help protect it and prevent chipping, early chipping. You will also want base coat. I didn't personally experience any staining, but this is a very pigmented polish. I also had no texture or difficulty removing, so there are 2 coats. Up next we have Clarice, and this is described as a dark emerald green metallic that has an appeal of a lush dark forest full of mystery and looks striking against any skin tone. Here's our first coat of Clarice, and of the Hypnotic trio, this is my favorite. I love the combination of green and black, and I think this one was done very, very well. Formula is the same, very smooth, very easy to apply, nice even application, and very opaque here on this first coat. Again, I do recommend using a base coat just to protect your natural nail, prevent any stains. I didn't wear base coat for my swatches, and I didn't experience any kind of staining. This does dry relatively glossy just like the last one, but a top coat will help protect your manicure and make it last as long as possible. So here's our second coat, and that does cover completely in 2 coats. I did have to speed up these videos just a little bit because I feel like I don't have that much to say, I guess. I feel like I just have a lot of time to talk now. Again, full opacity in 2 coats. The shimmer in here is absolutely stunning. This is a very fall and Halloween kind of time polish to me, so I'm very, very thrilled with this trio. So there are 2 coats of Clarice. Lastly, from this trio, we have Rosalind, and this is described as a darkened sugar plum purple with a duochrome with hints of blueberry. And here's our first coat of Rosalind. This one is also very opaque here on this first coat. I do think it's the sheerest of this trio. As that second coat gets applied, you'll see the color deepen up significantly compared to the other 2. So I do think this one is probably the most sheer and the most uneven, but once it's built up, it is beautiful. Formula is much the same, smooth and easy to work with. I did replace all of my Zoya brushes with the Z-Wide brushes, so application was easy. And I know it's annoying to have to pay for the extra brushes and change them out yourselves. I know, and I absolutely agree, so I did it anyway. So here's our second coat, and that does cover completely in 2 coats. Again, this shimmer is absolutely stunning.
on the deep base color and the bright shimmer. I like the contrast of the two. Again, this will dry nice and glossy all on its own. Again, a top coat will help prevent early chipping and protect your manicure. Nothing is going to dry textured and nothing will be difficult to remove. So there are 2 coats of Rosalind.
And then moving on to the Y2K trio, here we have Milana, and this is described as a juicy bubblegum pink in a liquid holographic jelly formula.
So here's our first coat of Malana. These next 3 from the Y2K trio are all in jelly bases, so they're going to be definitely more sheer than the Hypnotic trio polishes were. All of these did require 3 coats for me. If you're not super picky, you might be able to get away with 2. And usually I don't ever mind having a little bit of visible nail line. But I did also want to build up this holographic glitter as much as possible, so I did opt to go in for 3 coats for all of them. The formula on these are very smooth. Again, they're not too thick, not too thin, no running, pooling, or staining. These holographic glitters do come out easily, and they do spread out relatively evenly. They're not in abundance. It's not like absolutely jam-packed with these glitters, so I was surprised to see them spread out as easily as they did. The shimmer that's in here also stands out really, really nicely. It'll stand out more so in the sun than my studio lighting. So here is that 3rd coat, and I did reach full opacity in 3 coats. Since there's glitter in here, it is going to dry with some texture. A thicker glitter-eating glossy top coat will help smooth all of that out and bring some life back to these polishes. And since it's glitter, it's also going to be more on the difficult side to remove. So there are 3 coats of Milana.
Next up we have Sparrow, and this is described as a bright cyan jelly with liquid holographic glitter.
Here's our first coat of Sparrow. This one has the same jellyish formula that Milana had. I don't know if you noticed or not, or how closely anybody might monitor my swatching. I switched back to my lighting that I switched away from a month ago, and I couldn't be happier. I don't know what I'm going to do with the other lighting setup. It was pretty expensive, but I prefer this one much, much more. I get better color accuracy with it. Here's 2 coats of Sparrow. Again, I am going to do 3 coats of this. I did have some visible nail line peeking through here at 2 coats still, and I did want maximum payoff with this holographic glitter, but it does have the same formula that Milana had. These holographic glitters come out easily, not necessarily in abundance, but they do come out and they do spread out very easily across the nail. The shimmer that's in here isn't as contrasting as the one that was in Milana, but this is my top pick of the Y2K trio. I think it looks nice and cohesive. Just like the last polish, this is going to dry with some texture because of that glitter, and also because of that glitter, it's going to take a little bit more scrubbing to remove. I either recommend using pure acetone or those nail polish clips or a peel-off base coat. So there are 3 coats of Sparrow.
And lastly for today we have Tamiya, and this is described as a tart grape jelly, again with these holographic glitter.
And here's our first coat of Tamiya. This was probably my least favorite of the trio. Not only is it a purple, but it red kind of red, brown, pink instead of purple until it was fully built up, which isn't like the biggest deal in the world, but I wish it would have been even a little bit more purple, if that makes sense. So 2 coats, this one does build up nicely. I did still have some visible nail line hanging around, and I did want a little bit of that extra holographic sparkle, so I am going to go in for 3. The formula is much the same as the other 2 in this Y2K trio, not too thick or too thin, no running, pooling, or staining, and a nice, even, easy application. Just like the other 2 polishes, this is going to dry with texture because there's glitter in here, and also because of that glitter, it is going to be more on the difficult side to remove. So again, either pure acetone, nail polish clips, or a peel-off base coat would be my recommendation if you absolutely hate removing glitter. The shimmer that's in here is a little bit more contrasting than that of Sparrow, so I do really think that's beautiful in this polish. So there are 3 coats of Tamiya.
And guys, that is it. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of these polishes. Let me know if you plan on picking any of them up, and let me know what your favorite was. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe if you'd like to see more from me, and I will talk to you again next time.